You may be seated. The faculty, staff, and administration of Lafayette High School welcome our guests to the commencement exercises for the class of 2017. I am Anita Swinton, the very proud principal of this uniquely wonderful high school. To begin today's ceremonies, Ms. Michaela Mills, President of the SCA, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Following the pledge, the Lafayette High School Choir, under the direction of Mr. Matthew Raypatch, will sing our national anthem. I would like to remind our male graduates and guests to remove their hats for the Pledge of Allegiance and the national anthem. Will everyone please stand? Michaela?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Before we continue with our graduation ceremony, I would like to acknowledge and thank a few individuals who have worked so diligently to make today special for our graduates. Mrs. Michelle Newcomb and Mr. Howard Townsend, assistant principals, Mrs. Jackie Henry, Mrs. Amanda Weaver, Mrs. Judy Lightfoot, Mrs. Kelly Ingstrom, Ms. Tracy Turner, Mr. John Brown, and a host of teachers and staff members. Thank you for the countless hours you have given to make this a memorable event for our graduates and their families today. To our staff, I just want to say I thank you and I appreciate everything that you've done in instructing, mentoring, and counseling these young people before us so that they could get to this moment. Thank you so much. I would also like to express my sincere appreciation and gratitude to the families, the school board, the central office staff, the community, everyone who supported our graduates each year as they journeyed these 4 years at Lafayette. Thank you for your many years of support, but most of all, the sharing of resources and the giving of time for the betterment and welfare of these young adults. To our guests attending, I ask you join our ceremony today by displaying the dignified behavior that honors all of our graduates and places the attention this afternoon where it belongs, on this marvelous group of young people. Thank you. At this time, we would like to recognize our distinguished guests. I would ask that Mr. Mason Gorlick, the senior class president, to come forth and introduce our distinguished platform.
On behalf of the class of 2017, the faculty and staff in the Lafayette Rams community, I want to welcome each of you to the 43rd commencement exercise for Lafayette High School. I have the distinct honor of introducing our distinguished guests on the platform. Would each guest please stand when your name is called so that we may properly recognize you? Dr. Owen Heron. Thank you. Ms. Kyra Cook. Ms. Holly A. Taylor. Okay. Dr. James Beers, member of the WJCC School Board. Mr. James Kelly, member of the WJCC School Board, Jamestown District. Mrs. Lisa Ownby, member of the WJCC School Board, Powhatan District. Mrs. Sandra Young, WJCC School Board member, Berkeley District. Ms. Christina Berta, Chief Financial Officer of Williamsburg, James City County Schools. Mr. Paul Freeling, Mayor for the City of Williamsburg. Mr. Douglas Pons, City of Williamsburg Council Member. Mr. Benny Zhang, City of Williamsburg Council Member. Mrs. Ruth Larson, Vice Chair, James City County Board of Supervisor, Berkeley District. Dr. John J. McGlennon, member of James City County Board of Supervisors, Roberts District. And Mr. Brian Hill, James City County Administrator and Clerk to the Board of Supervisors. As president of the class of 2017, I would like to thank our distinguished guests, our parents, the faculty and staff of Lafayette, and the Williamsburg James City County community, as well as our friends and supporters for all they have done in helping us reach this very important milestone in our lives. Without your support, we would have not accomplished all that we have today, graduating from high school. Thank you.
At this time, I also have the distinct honor to introduce the co-valedictorians and co-salutatorians for the graduating class of 2017. You heard me correctly, co-valedictorians and co-salutatorians. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like for Ms. Brooke Crookston to join me by the podium. Ms. Brooke Crookston, the daughter of Sarah and Andrew Crookston, is Lafayette High School's co-salutatorian. Brooke began her accelerated academic journey in 10th grade by completing her first AP course. Throughout her junior and senior year, she completed a total of 13 AP courses and excelled in all of them. Outside of the classroom, Brooke is heavily involved in various sports, clubs, honor societies, and the Williamsburg community. She is an avid runner and a varsity athlete on our cross-country and track teams. She is the president of Mu Alpha Theta, the senior class vice president, and a member of the National Honor Society and the Spanish Honor Society. Brooke was also one of our Virginia Girls State delegates last summer, and while there, she was elected into the House of Delegates. She is also the recipient of last year's West Point Leadership Award and is a Governor's Early College Scholar. Outside of school, Brooke is an avid member of her church and dedicates every morning to her seminary class. She is also a member of the Growing Runners Track Club and has been a junior interpreter for Colonial Williamsburg for 6 years. As co-salutatorian, Brooke has earned a grade point average of 4.389 and plans to attend Brigham Young in the fall and study physics and astronomy. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Brooke Crookston, the co-salutatorian for the class of 2017. Thank you, Brooke, and we wish you the very best. I will now ask Ms. Kimberly Hope King to join me by the podium. Kimberly Hope King is the daughter of Peter and Joyce King. Kimberly is an ambitious student who lets nothing deter her from achieving her goals. She has an honest and sincere disposition that has earned her the respect and trust of the faculty and the students here at Lafayette High School. Kimberly has earned numerous awards and honors during her time in high school. She is the recipient of the AP Scholar with Honor Award and is a 2017 National Merit Program Commended Student. The AP Scholar with Honor Award is granted to students who receive an average score of at least 3.25 on all AP exams taken and scores of 3 or higher on 4 or more of these exams. Kimberly unselfishly gives of her time to several clubs and organizations both at Lafayette and throughout the community. She holds leadership positions such as treasurer and captain, just to name a few. Kimberly even finds time to participate in track and field and gymnastics. As co-salutatorian, Kimberly has also earned a 4.389 grade point average and will be attending Colorado State University in the fall. She was awarded the Presidential Scholarship and Honor Scholarship totaling $45,000. Kimberly plans to major in biomedical engineering, and her areas of interest are the development of better prosthetics and artificial organs, as well as cancer research. Ladies and gentlemen, Kimberly King, the co-salutatorian for the class of 2017. Thank you, Kimberly. I would now like to introduce our co-valedictorians for the class of 2017. Will Ms. Megan Roberts please join me by the podium? Megan Roberts, the daughter of Frank Barkalow and Patricia Roberts, is Lafayette's high school co-valedictorian. Megan has completed 8 AP courses. During her junior and senior years, Megan attended the Governor's School for Science and Technology. Through this program, she completed 7 dual enrollment courses. As part of her mentor program, Megan analyzed the effects of gamma knife radiation on acoustic neuromas through 11 years of data. Outside of the classroom, Megan is heavily involved in various clubs and honor societies. She served as the captain of the Lafayette High School girls soccer team during 11th grade. She was second team all-conference goalie all 4 years on the team. She is an active volunteer with the Key Club, and is a member of the National Honor Society, the Science Honor Society, and Mu Alpha Theta. Megan has almost completed getting her private pilot's license. Megan is graduating with a 4.459 grade point average, and she plans to attend Yale University in the fall. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Megan Roberts, the co-valedictorian for the class of 2017. Thank you, Megan, and we wish you the best. I will now ask Mr. Kane Hurt to join me by the podium. Kane Robert Hurt is the son of Eric and Tara Hurt. Kane has taken advantage of the variety of academic experiences available in the Williamsburg-James City Public Schools. Kane has completed the most rigorous academic program available, and his aptitude spans the complete curriculum, as he has completed a total of 15 advanced placement courses in English, math, science, and social studies. He has earned the honor of being designated an AP Scholar with distinction. This award is granted to students who receive an average score of at least 3.5 on all AP exams taken and scores of 3 or higher on 5 or more of these exams. Kane's many honors and awards include membership in the Lafayette High School National Honor Society, the Math National Honor Society, and the Science National Honor Society. In addition to participating in these organizations, Kane also found time to assume leadership roles in various other organizations, such as the Key Club and the Rambassadors. An avid swimmer, Kane was a member of the Lafayette High School swim team. He received many accolades for his arduous devotion to his studies. Kane has accepted an appointment to the United States Naval Academy for the fall. This academic scholarship is valued at $400,000. As co-valedictorian, Kane is also graduating with a 4.459 grade point average. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kane Hurt, the co-valedictorian for the class of 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating again the co-valedictorians, Ms. Megan Roberts and Mr. Kane Hurt, and the co-salutatorians, Mr. Brooke Crookston and Ms. Kimberly King, for the class of 2017. Thank you. Each year, a committee selects 2 student speakers to address their peers at our ceremony. Our first speaker is Mr. Kane Hurt, whom I have just introduced to you as co-valedictorian. Class of 2017, and ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kane Hurt.
Good afternoon, Lafayette. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Kane Hurt, a graduating senior if you couldn't tell. These past 4 years have seemed to be the longest years of our lives, and yet standing up here, I can't believe how quickly they've gone. Lafayette and high school in general have, without a doubt, had a major impact on my life and the way I see and approach things. However, one attribute learned throughout high school stood out above the others as I was thinking about what to talk about today. Courage. I know what you're thinking. Courage empowers firefighters to rush into burning buildings, police officers to arrest bad guys, and the military to wage a war against terrorism. How can something so powerful be needed in the simple halls of a high school? High school requires courage to make friends, to play sports, sometimes to even go to football games. Why go to football games, you ask? What if that person that you secretly had a crush on for 6 months is there? What would you do then? Ultimately, courage allows us to get the most out of school. It lets us look back on the 4 years that are really the beginning of our life in the real world in a positive way. When applying to colleges, I applied to the United States Naval Academy, which was my top choice. Regardless of the lengthy application process and all the requirements, I found myself nervous and afraid of the possible outcomes. I could get rejected from my #1 school, sure, which would be devastating, but even more scary, I could get in and find my life changed in such drastic ways that I didn't think I was prepared for. Yet with all my doubts and fears, I got in. Now what? I don't know, but I have to find the courage to figure it out for myself. The courage required in high school isn't to face the physical and tangible challenges that might arise, but instead, it's the courage to beat the constructs our minds create that make everything seem all the more difficult. All of us have had to go into a class or a job for the first time. It's then that we have to summon the courage to turn to the stranger next to you and ask their name, or raise your voice and say, "Sorry, we're out of Happy Meal toys." These situations happen all the time, and in hindsight, they seem so simple. But in the moment, our minds turn the simple act of starting up a conversation into a terrifying scenario. I'm sure that everyone, the students graduating today, you in the audience, and even our lofty elected officials, can think of a time we were scared about something and had to make a decision: give up, or go forwards and respond with courage. I was talking to my brother Griffin, who graduated last year from Lafayette and is a rising sophomore at Clemson, and he told me, high school does not prepare you for college. And that makes sense. How can it? College and life outside the halls of Lafayette are vastly different from Lafayette in so many ways. But if there's one thing it did teach us, it's courage. Every day, in the simple situations. The real world seems daunting right now because soon everything will change. It will take courage to go out and live on our own, to say goodbye to the people that you've been friends with for life, and to accept that soon, much of your life will be bigger, harder, and outside of your control. Graduating class of 2017, you will be faced with challenges in the new world you find yourself walking out of these doors into. Every day, you will have the easy option: quit. But you'll also have the option to be courageous, to keep calm, and to carry on. Graduating seniors, whether you're going to college, entering the workforce, joining the military, or even if you don't know what you're doing yet, you are prepared to enter the real world and face the challenges that will present themselves. Go on, take with you courage and determination on the path our futures will lay out. And one more thing, go Navy, beat Army.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're okay. All right. Our second speaker is Ms. Michaela Mills. Ms. Michaela Mills, daughter of Parker and Christy Mills, was this year's SCA president, has been involved in a variety of other activities in school. Michaela has been active in Lafayette High School Theater since her freshman year. She was in 3 musicals, Singing in the Rain, The Wizard of Oz, and 42nd Street, in addition to Brighton Beach Memoirs. She has been an active member of the PEP Club and the Rambassadors. She is a member of the Art National Honor Society and the founding member of the American Sign Language Club. Outside of school, Michaela has volunteered at Water's Edge Church since the 8th grade. During her freshman and sophomore years, Michaela tutored children from Korea in English. She currently works with Compassion International to sponsor 2 kids from underdeveloped countries, and she has even started her own business on Etsy. Michaela plans to attend Liberty University in the fall to become an American Sign Language interpreter. Ladies and gentlemen, our second speaker, Ms. Michaela Mills.
Shakespeare coined the term salad days, meaning the days where you are young, inexperienced, or carefree. Mac DeMarco brought this term back when he named one of his more recent albums Salad Days. As a freshman, I'm sure we've all heard someone tell us, high school flies by, it'll be over before you know it. When someone said this to me, I started laughing in their face. By the time I caught my breath, I was getting sized for my cap and gown. And now I'm wearing this stupid hat. It occurred to me that I only have a few years left to savor this. We're spreading our wings a little bit, but let's be honest, we're all still being taken care of. In a few years, we're gonna have to pay our own bills, buy our own groceries, and live on our own. In theory, this sounds great, but I'm sure we can't wait for it, but there's no going back, and that's terrifying. Once we start supporting our own way, we can't go back to having our parents take care of it. Well, you can, but good luck getting married with those life goals. We need to slow down and cherish the little time we have left in our sheltered freedom. With this experience, I can only deduce that college will be the exact same way. The next 4 years will fly by. It will be over before we know it. We need to slow down and savor our final years of carelessness. We need to savor our salad days. A story that my mom loves to tell was when my aunt came home distraught because she brought home a B on her report card. She kept saying, "What colleges are gonna accept me now?" She was in the 5th grade. The good news is, she didn't end up living in a van down by the river. That B didn't even slow her down. She was accepted into William and Mary, and she graduated top in her class. I was talking to my aunt recently, and she said that her one regret was that she spent too much time focusing on getting the best grades possible. She didn't spend any time experiencing her last few years before venturing out into the world on her own. But some of us are jumping right out into the world. You might be skipping college or going to the military, and that takes a lot of courage to do, especially knowing you won't get a chance to buy those brownies again. You guys know what brownies I'm talking about. The ones that we sell between first and second period. I might be willing to hold off another year of graduating for those brownies alone. It's probably going to be scary, but I have faith that Lafayette prepared us for going out into the real world. Here we are taught to be independent, but also know to ask for help when we need it. Wherever we go and whatever we do, we started as rams. Rams on the warpath.
Thank you, Kane and Michaela, for those inspiring words. At this time, the Distinguished Honor Lafayette Ram Band, under the direction of Mr. Jonathan Hargis, will render a selection entitled Fantasy on Prospect. thank you, Mr. Hargis, and the band for your continued performance of excellence and always striving for the best. Thank you. The officers of the class of 2017 are Mr. Mason Gorlick, President, Ms. Brooke Crookston, Vice President, Ms. Jessica Ocon, Secretary, Mr. Quinn Highland, Treasurer, and Ms. Olivia Nice, Reporter. They will come forth to offer reflections on the class of 2017's 4 years at Lafayette High School, after which Mason will transfer the senior insignia, the Kernan, Lafayette's crest, to the class of 2018.
Freshman year is a year that most people want to forget, but walking through the doors of Lafayette High School for the first time is something that we will always remember. We would soon learn what it truly meant to be part of the Ram family. As time went on, we bonded as a class by participating in all that Lafayette had to offer, like wearing yellow to our first pep rally, trying not to try too hard during Spirit Week, and looking for guidance from older students and teachers whom we admired. We all have made a tremendous transformation into people we are today, and we couldn't have done it without the things that we experienced during our freshman year.
Sophomore year, a year filled with great excitement and knowledge. The year where we would first sign up for the AP courses and homework increased. The year where our football team went to the state championship in Lynchburg. But most importantly, the year where many of us traded in our learner's permits for official driver's license. 10th grade at Lafayette was full of newfound responsibility and trust. And I'm so glad we could experience it here together.
Junior year was the year that everyone warned us about. They said it was the hardest year, and I think it lived up to those expectations. We had countless hours of APUSH homework, but we were the last class with Mrs. Fairbairn as our teacher, and the last class that had to read the whole entire textbook. We had to take the ACT and SATs on the weekends. We hardly got any sleep, yet we still found time to go to football games, participate in Spirit Week, go to homecoming, go to the one and only Sadie Hawkins dance, and our first prom. Junior year has taught us, even though we will fail and struggle, we can get up and keep going. What we learn through our struggles can help us no matter where we are going next. Look where we are now.
From the football games to the academics, the senior breakfast to prom with the hidden Chick-fil-A. Senior year has finally come to an end, but not without leaving its mark. The senior class has received over $6 million in scholarships. But we're still the kids that just a few weeks ago were kicking it by the pool at the senior at the senior picnic. The class of 2017 is an amazing class that will go on to do amazing things. Congratulations, class of 2017. We finally made it to the end, but not without leaving our mark, and we all passed government.
Madison Meredith, will you please come forward for the class of 2018? As the president of 2017, I would like to pass a Kernan onto the class of 2018. Please accept this Kernan in the spirit that is given and hold true to the education and commitment for which Lafayette High School is known. I also ask you, continue to represent Ram Nation with dignity and pride. And remember what the blue and gold signifies: the flexibility of mind, but the steadiness of purpose, the celebration of difference, but the commitment of common values.
Thank you, senior class officers. At this time, the equally distinguished and honored Lafayette Choir will bring us a selection entitled the Battle of Jericho, under the direction of Mr. Matthew Raypatch.
Joshua fit the battle, it's the battle of Jericho. Joshua fit the battle, it's the battle of Jericho. Joshua, the battle of Jericho, the battle of Jericho, the battle of Jericho. Joshua, the battle of Jericho, the battle of Joshua, the battle of Joshua fit the battle, it's the battle of Jericho. Joshua fit the battle, it's the battle of Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, the battle of Jericho, the battle of Jericho. Joshua fit the battle of Jericho. The battle of Joshua, the battle of Joshua fit the battle, it's the battle of Jericho. Joshua fit the battle, it's the battle of Jericho. Talk about your kings of Gideon, the one you can talk about your men of Saul, the one yes you can talk about good old Joshua at the battle of Jericho. That morning, Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, the battle of Joshua, the battle of Jericho, the battle of Jericho, the battle of Joshua. The battle, Joshua fit the battle, it's the battle of Jericho. Joshua fit the battle, it's the battle of Jericho. Right up to the walls of Jericho, Jericho, he marched with spear in hand. Oh, that heart of Joshua, and bread and horn, Joshua cried. Was the battle lamb in my hand? God Almighty, then the lamb she boys begins to blow. The battle, 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 oh Lord, yes. Oh, the battle, 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 oh Lord, yes. Shout! And the walls come tumbling down. Oh Lord, you know that Joshua. That's the battle of Jericho. He fought the battle. That's the battle of Jericho. He fought the battle. That's the battle of Jericho. The walls come tumbling down. Oh Lord, you know that Joshua. That's the battle of Jericho. He fought the battle. That's the battle of Jericho. He fought the battle. That's the battle of Jericho. The walls come tumbling down.
Thank you, Mr. Raypatch and the choir, for that wonderful rendition of the Battle of Jericho. Seniors, as you wait for that great moment to rise from your seat, walk towards this stage, and then anticipate your name being called for the last time as a Lafayette High School student, I want to take just a few moments, I'll really say seconds, to share a few thoughts with you. I congratulate each of you for selecting and going down the right path to secure a high school education. There were so many different paths you could have explored, but as you will soon discover, there are only a few paths available and worth traveling down if you really want to experience success. You cannot and will not go down the wrong path when you intentionally choose to expand your mind. For every day you enter the doors of Lafayette High School, you walk down the path or hallways that resulted in your educational achievements and success. For every teacher you encountered, for every staff member you encountered, for every administrator you encountered, you are moving closer and closer to this day. You selected the right path, and you are to be commended and applauded for doing so. So, today is the culmination of your parents' and other families' contributions to encouraging, supporting, and telling you to continue down the path to graduating from Lafayette High School. Today, in this moment, in time, is the culmination of your friends, some sitting around you, encouraging you to do your homework, to go to class, to earn that passing grade. And last but not least, today is the culmination indicating and validating that every one of you, without any doubt, have successfully met every Williamsburg-James City County Public Schools and the Virginia Department of Education requirements to stand tall and walk across this stage today. You have earned the right and privilege to boldly proclaim that you are a graduate of the best high school in the Commonwealth of Virginia. So, on the behalf of the parents, the relatives and friends, Lafayette High School staff, I say to you, accept this transition with happiness and joy, knowing that there is another path waiting for you to travel down. Make sure it's the right path that will lead you to progress, productivity, and success. Class of 2017, remember the lessons and skills you have been taught at Lafayette. Flexibility of mind, but steadiness of purpose. Celebration of difference, but commitment to common values. And above all, devotion to those you love and who love you. May each of you experience true and lasting happiness. Godspeed, class of 2017. It is my pleasure to invite Dr. Owen Herron, Superintendent of Williamsburg-James City County Public Schools, to the podium.
Thank you, Mrs. Swinton. This is a moment to feel a sense of tremendous pride and accomplishment. With much support and guidance along the way from families, friends, and of course, your teachers, students, you have reached your goal. On behalf of the school board and staff, congratulations on your accomplishment. It is now time to award the diplomas. Mrs. Swinton, do you certify completion of the graduation requirements by the Lafayette High School class of 2017?
Superintendent Herron, I affirm to you that these seniors before us today have met the requirements for graduation in Virginia.
By the power vested in me by the Commonwealth of Virginia, I hereby grant certification of completion of graduation requirements to the students of the class of 2017, and I hereby authorize the issuance of diplomas. Mrs. Swinton, you may proceed.
Thank you, Dr. Herron. Marshals, will you please take your places?
Cecilia Aisha Abdulnabi Hammond. Abubakar Malik Alawi. Melbourne J. Alex Jr. Anthony Mason Anderson. Emily Jane Anderson. Emily Renee Anderson. Devin Michael Anderson Bellina. Jared Michael Antle. Gavin Michael Arsenault. Denise Lachey Ashlock. Alton Cole Ayers. Gareth Thomas Bailey. Abigail Lynn Bannon. Brittany Leanne Barber. Jacob Wade Barger. Noah Ethan Barnes. Dion Kente Bartlett Jr. John Richard Barton. Cameron Rayshawn Battles. Tyler Thomas Battles. Chase Holden Bauer. Emily Wyatt Beach. Keely Marguerite Beard. Chardonnay Anye Beck. Kasaya Nichelle Blake. Gabriel Edward Bono. Jacob Alexander Bott. Roy Alton Boykins Jr. Portia Lachey Brooks. Justin Casey Brown. Victoria Mertes Brown. Heaven May Bryant. Troy Jackson Buchanan. Terrence Jean Burks. Alan Patrick Burkett. Jordan Scott Burnett. Akil Ahmed Kennedy. Brianna Deshay Kennedy. Emmeline Prince Carr. Molly Nadine Carr. Kelly Jordan Carroll. Michaela Destiny Carroll. Ava Hope Chambers. Serenity Nicole Chavez. Nathan Bruce Coley. Cecilia Ray Collins. Eduardo Mendino Columna. Paul Timothy Cordell. Alhema Isabel Coronado. Philip Thomas Corson. Esteban Jeffrey Cotton Caballero. Angel Tatiana Coles. Landis Allen Coles Jr. Abby Mackenzie Crabtree. Marquise Sharon Crew. Christian Ray Fitzgerald Crosby. Denise Victoria Dedman. Austin Charles Anthony Della Posta. Jada Diaz. Cody Tyler Drumheller. Demetrius Maurice Dukes. Diamond Beatrice Durant. Jacob Alexander Eckhart. Cameron Christopher Edwards. Talitha Zoe Egbo. Krishay Danielle Elder. Ronan Draven Evans. George Harold Everson. Haley Nicole Falkenberry. Alexis Renee Faree. Joanna Reeve Forget. Brittany Ann Frazier. Emma Claire Frayling. Josiah Taylor Fung. Henry Calloway Ellsworth Gaston. Jaquetta Lakira Gilliard. Alejandro Javier Gonzalez. Graham Newton Granger. Kiera Janisha Green. Alexia Unique Griffin. Hezekiah Raekwon Grimsley. Michaela Denise Guerrero. Lindsay Brooke Giuseppe. Carter Thompson Hahn. Talisha Monet Hairston. Michael John Hale. James Elliott Hall. Eleni Maria Haramis. Kaylee Joe Harris. Tamia Latrice Haskins. Jane Kathleen Hassler. Taylor Vaughn Hawkins. Montana Dale Haynes. Heaven Renee Heatherly. Taylor Isabel Hammett. Waleed Himadouche. Alyssa Gabrielle Hogan. Sarah Michelle Holdsworth. Alexander Bly Holmes. Raekwon Ramon Holmes. Kelsey Taylor Huckins. Audrey Marie Hurley. Liam Michael Hurley. Sierra Leneva Jackson. Thomas Matthew Jacobs. Karen Irene James. Keely Melissa James. Cameron Arthur Payton Jarrell. Janae and Janelle Jefferson. Sidrian Mayel Claudette Jeffrey. Quajon Deontay Jimison. Jeffrey Preston Job. Jacob Tipton Johnson. Kayla Pearl Johnson. Kyle Limco Johnson. Lamont Johnson Jr. Mikhail Elizabeth Johnson. Trayvon Desmond Johnson. Connor Scott Jones. Sam Somport Jongwantana. Mohammed Kamel Juma. Tyler Austin Jump. Jesse Arlo Katz. John Francis Keene. Jamie Elizabeth Kendall. Kanari Tyrese King. Dexter William Clock. Eli James Knight. Isabella Lord Costal. Caleb Michael Kragenbrink. Ashley Rose Kabista.
Danielle Teresa Langer. Abby Jean Lavelle. Jordan DePhilip Lawson. Connor Elizabeth Lee. Julio Rafael Leon Alvarez. Abby Raquel Lessinger. Rachel Cappy Leah. Jessica Lee Link. Carly Edward Logan Jr. Jamaria Vantasia Dorshay Looney. Michaela Janice Loudon. Devin McDonald Lucas. Gennaro Linkad Mamaril III. Kayla Joelle McBride. Elizabeth Rose McIntosh. Donisha Nicole Meekins. William David Mendez Bickham. Louis Merced Jr. Julia Ann Murty. Robert McLean Milligan. James Montgomery Mills. Matthew Thomas Mitchell. Troy Michaela Mitchell. China Lene Moore. Naya Lee Moore. Isaiah Xavier Morris. Savannah Winter Ann Moser. Gloria Eartha Lee Munford. Jarrett Daniel Niermeyer. Keziah Eunice Noel. Zachary James Norwood. Helmer Visor de Carvalho Oliveira. Shannon Clark O'Neill. Abigail Lynn Oren. Parker Everett Orn. Tristan Jordan Packer. Keisha Ketul Patel. Jordan Howard Perryfair. Seth Joseph Petrakis. Sarah Catherine Pettengill. Alyssa Nicole Payette. Marcos Alexander Piggott. Tavian Isaiah Pittman. Joshua Douglas Pogue. William Drummond Poole. Casey Lynn Posich. Antonio Valdez Alexander Presley Jr. Zerwan Hoshang Purveyor. Haley Forrest Quarles. Glenn Nolan Quillen. Keyshawn Sabrell Reed. Nancy Griselda Reyes. Raina Giselle Reyes. Maya Nicole Richard. Denasia Cayenne Richardson. Tyler Stanford Robbins. Graham Spencer Roberson. Caitlin Rose Rogers. Robin Lee Rosewelsh. Emma Rose Rote. Maisha Patrice Rutley. Magali Jean-Malette Salazar Cruz. Michael Joseph Saran. Jacob Graham Schumacher. Julia Christine Selgi. Phineas McMullen Sensiba. Deshaun McQuell Sharpless. Quayshawn Malik Sharpless. Jackson Lawrence Sidebottom. Grace Holly Simpson. Jacob Charles Smethurst. Calvin John Smith. Gage Michael Smith. Rayshawn Milton Hall Smith. Brittany Coral Sneller. Brad Alexander Snodgrass. Conrad James Steck. Micaiah Michelle Kernice Stitz. Raquela Charday Strong. Anne Marie Sullivan. Hadia Sultani. Jasper David Swan. Tatum Elizabeth Seibert. Michael Anthony Tagg. Zachary James Taman. Jason Alexander Timmis. Casey Louise Timmis. Grace Elora Thornton. Sarah Lynette Turner. Devin William Underwood. Michelle Ann Vales. Evan Joseph Varney. Angelina Marie Vasquez Barnes. Isabel Elaine Vega. Braden Thomas Venus. Sergio Ivan Vera Castillo. Lamai Cao Vo. Knowledge Sincere Wallace. Liam Craig Walters. Adriana Alyssa Warren. D'Angelo Demon Washington. Lourdes Mercedes Westbrock. Samuel Santana Westbrock. Justin Dwayne White. Cadian Lacian Shaquana White. Rachel Catherine Weirs. Andrew Dylan Clifford Williams. Christian Patrick Williams. Joseph Stephen Williams. Megan Lind Williams. Justin David Wilson. Joshua Gray Wommeldorf. Isaiah Paul Wu. Whitney Montana Woods. Devin Royal Wright. Emma Rose Yates. Michaela Annette Etheridge Mills. Kimberly Hope King. Brooke Lauren Crookston. Kane Robert Hurt. Megan Elizabeth Roberts. Mason Andrew Gorelick. Jessica Rita Garrett. Jessica Nicole Ocon. Tasia Ernest Bartlett. Paige Elizabeth McKenzie. Olivia Marie Nice. Quinn Matthew Highland.
I would ask if you would just, excuse me, if you could just be patient with me for one moment. If I could have Taylor Hammett to come back up. If I could have Michael Saran to come back up. And if I could have Micaiah Stitz to come up, please. I have one more coming up. Thank you for your patience. Okay, seniors, I have a few more directions to follow from me. I'm going to ask you to please stand at this moment. Seniors, if I could have your attention, move your tassel to your heart side. Move it to your heart side. And you are all officially graduates of Lafayette High School. We would now like to sing our alma mater. The words are listed in your program. Would you please stand and join our chorus, who will lead us in our singing of Lafayette's alma mater? Graduates and guests, please stand, remove your hats, and remain standing following this song. Hargis leads our band in the processional, and we leave William & Mary Hall, we wish our graduates the very best in all they endeavor. Graduates, please allow our platform guests to march out first. Thank you all for coming and supporting these talented and wonderful young adults. Mr. Hargis.